Y'all's president, the king fool himself, the fool of all things foolish,
Here we go.
has decided that in school we are now going to teach a patriotic curriculum. He said that schools are teaching hateful lies about this country, and he is going to use his executive order pen to right the wrong. He's going to, quote unquote, restore patriotic education. Okay. So he described, this is what he's got. It's a conference on American history. He's going to convene a conference on American history, and he's going to sign it to executive order soon to create a national commission to support patriotic education called, you ready? Drum roll, Smiz. Drum roll. The 1776 Commission. And he's directing funding, our taxpayer dollars. I live in Jersey, so I'm going to take that really to heart because Jersey sends more dollars to the federal government than it receives by billions. So that's my taxpayer dollars going to fund the 1776 Commission to install or institute patriotic curriculum for the schools. He said our youth will be taught to love America with all their heart and all their souls. What is this, scripture? All right. And then he said that any history around race, framing history around race, i.e. the 1619 Project, he said was a toxic propaganda and a form of child abuse in the truest sense of the words. He specifically called out critical race theory, a concept that was started around the idea that the law and legal institutions are inherently racist. So inherent bias and institutional racism, he says, is child abuse to talk about that. To children is toxic propaganda. And he accused Democrats of pushing education that makes students ashamed of America's history. Well, Dr. Gray Carr and I are going to talk about this tomorrow. Of course, man. On In Class. But I want to start the conversation here on the Karen Hunter Show because this is how it all unravels, y'all. This is how it all starts. Now, Lamont, you deal with the young people. Do you think it's child abuse to teach them about the true history of America, that they were colonizers, that they committed genocide against people that were already here, that they put people in bondage for 300 plus years on these soils and beat and tortured and raped them and pillaged the whole land and cleared it out of people? And that's how this other country was founded. Is that toxic? Is it child abuse?
I think that's undoing trauma. I think what we went through was child abuse because we didn't get the full story. We had to find out, once we got to college, most of us, what actually happened. But here's my question. So I need to understand a few things. I need some clarity. So this patriotic commission, so what's in the schools now? Because I thought that was it. Ain't that it? Slavery got a paragraph. So I figure it's pretty
it's already
patriotic.
Oh, well, because, there's a move to put the 1619 Project as
there's
curriculum.
A move, but has it happened yet?
No, it has not. But I guess he's preemptively making sure with his executive order pen that 1776 is where, and we're going to be proud of the fake history that they've been giving us about this country. So is he also going to demand that we learn that the South actually won? Because I just came to the conclusion, Lamont, that the Civil War never ended. I was talking to somebody, I forgot who, and it clicked in my mind. Oh, I was watching P-Valley. Remember the scene where the brothers were trying to get the other brother, the illegitimate brother whose mama was black, to sign off on the contract? Yes. And he said, you're under the mistaken impression that the Civil War ended. Do you remember that scene? Like, it's a profound scene. And I said, damn if he ain't right. They've been still fighting this fight, and with Trump in office, they might have won. They might have won.
That's why they still wave the flag. You know what I mean? It's not an enemy flag to them. It's not a loser's flag because they didn't lose. It's not over.
So there you go.
So we're past. There's so many words that I'm trying to. I'm learning English too as well with Spanish. But there's so many 2020 phrases I'm still trying to grasp. This is past gaslighting. This is past dog whistling. This is past all of those trendy phrases, intersectionality. This is way past all of that. What we don't realize I see a lot of people's reaction on social media. Oh, it's the beginning of the end, and they want war, and no, they're already the war has been taking place. We just ain't been participating
at all.
We had no clue. Like this is what in the history books, when you read and you go back, and I'll say it, it's when you read about what Adolf did, and you're like, oh, that was crazy. No, this is that. You know, you look back and be like, oh, 50, 60 years ago, they was wild. Who would ever let that happen? No, this is happening right now. Like this is that. This is that.
This is
moment.
that. This is that.
Yeah, we passed. Everybody talking about, oh, fascism is on the way, and he's a dictator, and this is like tyranny. This could be like tyranny. Ain't no could be. Ain't no on the way. We in it. This is it.
Look, it's like that frog in the water. You know, they say it's 212 degrees. I think it is to boil something. You know, so we've been in the pot at 210, 211. Right. You know, at 209, 210, you can still stay in it, because if you've ever been in a heated situation, if it gradually gets hotter, you will adapt to the hotness. But at 212, your ass is cooked.
But here's the weirdness about the echo chamber, right? So I'm under one of your posts on Twitter yesterday that really kind of made the announcement with the speech that he made yesterday, and I'm going under. And I'm watching all of the people that agree with him. And it's just amazing, because I had to control myself. And I got to be emotionally ready for Twitter now, these days. So I'm watching and I'm reading all the people that agree with him, and they're like, good, no more fake education. You know, the 1619 project is bogus. And then I jumped out there a couple of times. I was like, well, did you read it? And the person responded, was like, I don't have to. I'm like, well, what are you even talking about? Like, are you kidding me? You talking about we need to get this fake curriculum. First of all, the curriculum's not even implemented. Like we're still talking about the same school system that's been around for decades. Same curriculum and history that's taught in the schools has been around for decades. So what are y'all talking about? It's to a point now. It's mental illness. Anything he say to his base, it doesn't matter what it is. They celebrate it, because anything that's against their opponent, whoever they feel that their opponent is in that moment, they rally. They be rallying. I'd be like, turn your hat around inside out. If you rally it that hard, it's weird. It's weird.
Rallying without a mask too, one might ask.
Without a mask.
Might add.
In flip-flops.
In flip-flops. Yeah, out there spreading the virus. There's a lot of nonsense.
Weird.
It is Foolishness Friday. We're going to do it a little bit different. We're going to actually dive into foolishness today. This here is just plumb foolish. And I'm asking parents right now, if you're a parent and you have a child in the school system, and I shared this with Dr. Carr last Saturday, that my dad learned Dixie in Newark at age 6 in the Newark school system in the 1940s, late 40s. They taught those little black children, I wish I was in a land of cotton. Old times they are not forgotten. Look away, Dixieland. And he said he remembers bopping his head and clapping and patting it. It was real exciting. You learned this too? You learned Dixie in grade school?
Yes. We had to play that in music class. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
that's child abuse. To teach black kids that I wish I was. I mean, we should sue. Can we sue? What's the statute of limitation on child abuse? Somebody needs a class action lawsuit. Where's Johnny Cochran when you need him? These lawyers today, y'all not honoring Thurgood Marshall and Johnny Cochran. Y'all not coming with y'all chasing ambulances. A lot of you are chasing ambulances and settlements, but you're not doing the work of freedom. I said it. 866-801-8255. Pockets getting fatter, but we are still in bondage. Stop it. Go out there with this class action lawsuit and really give truth to power. This is ridiculous. Stop chasing ambulances. Yes, families need retribution, but we also need, as a group, lawyers that are willing to put it down and do these class action lawsuits to get things to the Supreme Court and put pressure on the system. That's how that works. We're not doing that work right now. And we need to.
Well, the Flint settlement was class action, right?
Okay, there we go. And that was valuable. Yeah. Was it $200 million for the? That makes sense to me. $12 million, $600 million It's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
still not enough. It's probably
Right.
still not and there's still lead poisoning in the system of a lot of people that will be there forever, and we'll see the impact of that probably 10, 15 years from now with the children and their learning and their behavior. It's not enough still, but at least that was something, and that's what we're looking for, and that's one area. We
Yeah.
need more of that, more class action lawsuit type things, more of that.